Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, thanks to all of you. Okay, so this is Katha Upanishad. Katha Upanishad, mainly we will have to study definition of yoga, nature of soul, and importance of self-realization, or about Paramatma, Parabrahm Tattva. Okay, this is the main point, according our subject or our exam purpose. But we will also discuss about the whole story and also about the special or important mantras. Okay. So this is the. Please mute your mic. Yes. Okay. Thank you. This is the introduction of Katha Upanishad. It is from Katha branch of Krishna Yajurved. Katha branch of Krishna Yajurved. Yes, Surbhi, please tell me about Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasya Upanishad is related with which Veda?
Shukla Yajurveda.
Surbhi? Shukla Yajurved. Kanva Shakha, Shukla Yajurved. Very good. And what about Kena Upanishad? Yes, Ankita ji. Ankita ji. Yes, Usha ji.
It is Samaveda, no? Kena Upanishad?
Yes, yes, very good.
Samaveda, Samaveda.
Mhm. Katha Upanishad, Kena Upanishad is related with Samaveda. First one is Shukla Yajurved, Samaveda. Then this Katha Upanishad is from Krishna Yajurveda, Katha branch of Krishna Yajurveda. That's why it's known as Katha Upanishad. It is the dialogue in this dialogue between Yam and Nachiketa. Dialogue between Yam and Nachiketa. Nachiketa is the son of Udyalak, and Udyalak is the son of Vajrasva Maharshi Arun. Okay? Nachiketa is the son of Udyalak, and Udyalak is the son of Vajrasva Maharshi Arun. These are belong to Gautam Vansh, Gautam Vanshya. At that time, Godhan is the superior property. Godhan is the superior wealth. At that time, Udyalak, father of Nachiketa, is going to organize a big yagna named Vishwajit Yagna. Vishwajit Yagna, there are many benefits of Vishwajit Yagna, or if any person, any individual has get whatever he ask about to the God or Parmeshwar, if he get those things, if he got those things, those wealth, then after happiness, he perform Vishwajit Yagya. Okay? So, there Udyalak is going to perform Vishwajit Yagya, and in Vishwajit Yagya, he is giving all his wealth, all his dress, all his house, home, cows, and horses, everything. Okay, we will further also studied about all those things. This is only introduction. After that, there is 2 chapter in Katha Upanishad. Every chapter has 3 valli. Okay, every chapter has 3 valli. Total 2 chapter, 1 and 2, and every chapter has 3 valli. So total vallis are, yes, Ankita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to hear me? Are you aware?
Total chapters are two and valleys are six.
Yes, very good. There are two chapters and total valleys are six. Upanishad start from Vajrashva Rishi, son Udyalak and his son Nachiketa communication. So this Upanishad is going to start at the starting point. Udyalak and his son Nachiketa are communicating. Okay, Nachiketa reached to the Yama and the okay, this is the after the last thing. Okay, we will study there. Okay, so what is happening now? I am telling to all of you the story about the this whole Kathopanishad. Okay, so there is one father and son. Okay, this is Nachiketa and this is Udyalak. Okay, Udyalak is going to organize a big yagna named Vishwajit Yagna. Okay, so at that time, this Udyalak is giving all the old cows. Okay, this is very important prashna, very important question. Udyalak is giving all his old cows. Those cows they cannot give milk. They are not able to stand. They are not able to eat grass. Their all indriyas are weak. Okay, they are not able to move one step forward. These types of cows this Udyalak is giving in Vishwajit Yagna to other Brahmana. Okay, to other Brahmana or the poor Brahmana to complete this Vishwajit Yagna. Okay, so this everything is looking by the everything, whatever is happening, Nachiketa is noticing, and Nachiketa is thinking that why my father is doing like this. It is very very bad. By performing this, performing this type of karma, my father will get pap karma, not punya karma. These all are the pap karma. Why this is pap karma? What is the benefit to give all the old old or weak cows to give in the wealth to other person? What is the benefit? No benefit to other person. Okay, so Nachiketa is noticing this is not good. My father is not doing right thing. If he is doing the same thing, then by doing this my father is getting the pap karma, and definitely this will be very bad for my father. In future maybe he get the very bad fruit of these pap karma. So that's why Nachiketa is moving to his father Udyalak and telling, why are you doing like this? You will what should you do? You will have to give all the positive or valuable things to all the brahmanas. What are the positive valuable things? Maybe these are the jewelries, your house, maybe like me. In last, Nachiketa told him his father, I am your superior property. To whom will you give me? I am your superior property. To whom will you give me? Again, or first and second, or triple, and 3 to 4 times, he is again and again telling to his father, to whom will you give me? At last, by anger, after anger, Udyalak told his son, I will give you to the Yama. Go. I will give you to the Yama, the Mrityu Devata. Now Nachiketa is thinking, okay, in my class, in everything, I got first position or somewhere second position, somewhere third position. But uh, what type of work I had done? Why my father is telling me to go to the Yama? Why? Is I am the too worst son? That's why my father is telling me to go to the Yama. Okay, but she got to the know that my father is telling me in anger. Okay, and after this statement, Udyalak is very very sad. Inside, he is crying. Why he is crying? Oh, what I had done. I make my son go to the Yama. What type of father I am? How can it possible? How can I say this statement for my son? But Nachiketa is saying, whatever the right person is, whatever another person is telling to him, he will have to do that karma. So Nachiketa is telling to his father, whatever you tell, now give me your permission to go to the Yama. Okay, now you cannot take your statement back. Now give me permission to move to the Yama. And very, very sadly, Udyalak tell him, okay, you can. He give the permission, but very by too big heart, he told this line. Inside, he is crying at that moment. But anyhow, the right person is the real person is that who tell whatever things he will have to follow. Udyalak will have to follow his statement. This is the karma of the right person. Please mute your mic. Everyone is getting? Yes. Sukanya, Ankita ji, Diksha, are you getting my voice?
Ma'am, like a couple of seconds back, it broke.
Okay. At that moment, you can tell me, na?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So, are you getting the whole story?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If somehow you forgot or did not understand, you can go back after the recordings. Okay. So this is it. Then Nachiketa moved to the house of Yama. Nachiketa is moved to the house of Yama. This is Nachiketa moved to the house of Yama. And okay, Yama is not at his home. Only only his wife is there. Okay, so without a man, without the head of the house, Nachiketa cannot move to his house, under inside his home, Yama's home. Okay, so for 3 days or for 3 nights, he stayed outside his home, outside Yama's home, and it is like a big um, what can I say? It is very bad thing for Yama. Okay. So after Yama came and his wife told him just go with a bucket, a lota of water and give to the guest. It is very bad for us. We cannot, it shows our ego, it shows our attitude that we are not welcoming a guest. Okay, so just go and take mercy from the Nachiketa. Okay, and then Yama moves to Nachiketa outside his home and taking that, please forgive me. I know this is very bad. This is very, very bad for a guest. We know uh, by doing this, we have too much pap karma. We are not welcoming, we had not welcoming a guest who is sitting outside in front of our door for 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, please forgive me. For 3 days or 3 nights, you can ask me 3 blessings. Any blessings you can ask me. नचिकेता, आप मुझसे कोई भी 3 वरदान मांग सकते हो इन 3 रातों और 3 दिन के लिए. Okay. After that, what is the first blessing Nachiketa asked to Yama? Nachiketa told to Yama that, please, whenever I move to the house of my father, the angerness must be bind up. Okay, before how much my father is loving me, same love is happening after whenever I will go to my home. Same love I will get from my father. There is no anger, there is no forgiveness, there is no sadness inside my father. Same respect, same love will be happen, should be happen after I move to my house. This is I want. So Yama give this blessing to him. Okay. Second Vardhan, second blessing is, please tell me about the Swarg Agni. Swarg Agni or Agni Vidya. Okay. The path, the way to move, to reach to the Swarg Lok. What is the path? What is this Swarg Agni? What is this Agni Vidya? Please tell me about this way. Okay. So, at that time, first of all, Yama takes too much exams, little exams for to Nachiketa. Maybe he is able to get this knowledge or not. After Yama thinks, okay, he is very able to get all those knowledge. He is an intellect person. He is not a wrong person or bad person who will misuse those all the knowledge. So I can give him the knowledge. So he can tell that whatever nishkama karma you will do, that nishkama karma will make you to reach Swarg Loka. That Nishkam Karma or that Seva Samarpan Bhav will make you to reach to the Swarg Lok. This is Agni Vidya. Okay? And after telling all the Agni Vidya to Nachiketa, Yam tell him, please tell me again. Yama tell him, Nachiketa, whatever you understand, please repeat me. And exactly Nachiketa repeated everything in a very decent way. And Yama is very, very happy to see this small child, only 8 years. How can is he so much intelligent? He is telling everything in a very decent or intelligent way. Yama tell him, I'm very, very happy to see this. By doing by I'm by this I'm very happy to see this, and by this happiness, I'm giving you one more blessing. What is that blessing? Every time, this Swarg Agni is also known as Nachiketa Agni. Question is like, what is Agni Vidya? What is Swarg Agni? What is Nachiketa Vidya? Who give this name Nachiketa Vidya? Yama. Why Yama give this name Nachiketa Vidya? By the intelligent, by looking or by understanding the intelligency of Nachiketa. That's why, and by happiness. Okay, by looking all those things that he is very intelligent and he is very happy. By this happiness, he give the Nachiketa Vidya to him. Okay, and what is about third blessing? What is about third blessing? Third blessing is what will happen after death. Is there any Atma? Is there any body? Is there nothing after death? So this is the third question, third blessing. Okay. So in every Valli, we will cover, in every Valli, we will cover some topics, or like in first Valli, sorry. In first Valli, we will cover story of Vajrashva, story of Udyalak and Nachiketa. Okay, main thing is. Second is pursuit of knowledge. He is moving, Nachiketa is moving to Yama, and they are talking about the blessings and all. And third is the analogy of chariot and charioteer. We will going to study this now. And after that, nature of Atma and the importance of Atma. Many mantras in this are related with Bhagavad Gita shlokas, because there is also the description about Atma, and here is also description about Atma. Okay, and after that, in second Valli, second Adhyay, second Valli, what will happen after death? This is the third blessing. Okay, and this is in third Valli, there is discussion about Paramatma, who is Paramatma, and theory of karma, Nishkama karma and rebirth. Okay, so you will have to learn these, that in which Valli what is mentioned, what is discussed. So in third blessing, before third blessing, when Nachiketa told or asked him about the what will happen after death, then Yama gives him many temptations to not ask about what is happening after death. This is too big question. This is too weird, or magical, or what can I say? This is you are not able to take answer of this question. Okay, you can take 100 years of age of son and grandson of the family, of a family. You can get too much cows, elephants, deers, animals, horses, too big, um, uh, too big empire on earth, and desired life, too many angels and chariots, and all desired fulfill. Whatever wishes you have, you can ask whatever, but please don't ask about this what is happen after death. Actually, Yama is taking the exam of Nachiketa by giving all the temptation. But Nachiketa replies, every time Nachiketa replies, all the things are temporary. All the things are temporary. Definitely, I will not um, deep down or get or fall down in these temptations. I know, I definitely I get to know these all temptations are not every time I will thrust about these. Okay, so these are not permanent, these all are the temporary. Whatever temptations you are giving to me, all are the temporary. All things are temporary. Human being cannot fulfill their thirst of money, they will remain hungry every time. Okay, that's why I am very seeking to you. Please tell me about this blessing. What is happening after death? I know you are the supreme one to give me this answer. I will find no one like you to give me this about this answer. So definitely, always I will ask about the same question. I will not want anything else. I do not want anything else. And no money, no mahal, no empire, no cow, no 100 years of age and son, grandson, family. No. I know I want to know about only death. Okay, from this point everything is happening. Yama is telling him about Atma, about Paramatma, about Nishkama Karma, about the importance of Atma and everything. From by these conversation, after that start the main subject matter of this lesson, this whole Kathopanishad. Okay, so in second Valli, there are mentioned, they are telling there are two marg of life. One is Shreya marg, this marg is supreme, Sresht marg, greatest marg, and this is the Prey marg. This is like Avidya, this is like Avidya, not mentioned in book in Kathopanishad. I mentioned here on only. Sorry. And this is Shreya marg. Shreya marg is a Sresht marg, the greatest, the supreme marg. Generally, this is not giving pleasure, but definitely this marg will give moksha marg, moksha prapti. For everyone's welfare, vidya, intellectual person always believe and follow in Shreya marg. Okay, so intellectual person, बुद्धिमान मनुष्य हमेशा श्रेय मार्ग को फॉलो करता है. Intellectual person always believe and follow Shreya marg. Like this. Okay, this one. This whole picture is, you can notice many things. This person is helping this female without any expectation. So this is Shreya marg. Another is Prey marg. It gives pleasure. Like it gives pleasure, worldly pleasure. But these all are temporary. These are like avidya, mithyagan. Non-intellectual person follow this way. बुद्धिमान नहीं, मंद बुद्धि मनुष्य इसको फॉलो करते हैं. बट वी शुड फॉलो श्रेय मार्ग. दिस इज मेंशन इन सेकंड वल्ली, फर्स्ट चैप्टर, सेकंड वल्ली. ओके, and this is complete in 2 or 3 shlokas. Okay, like second, third or fourth. So this is Shrey or Premark. Yes, Disha, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you please describe about Shrey and Premark, whatever you had understand?
Ma'am, people who have avidya and are more attached to the worldly pleasures or the materialistic things to do some
Yes.
work for gaining certain desires, they come under they follow the prayer mark. And the people, those who have no as such desires, or who are detached from the worldly pleasures, who do work out of their own service or will only, they follow the path of the Shreya Marg.
Very, very beautiful. Beautifully explained. Thank you so much, Tishtaji. So this is the Shrey and Pray mark. Okay. After that, this analogy of chariot and charioteer. This is very important according to exam purpose. Same shloka is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. I think I did not mention the reference of Bhagavad Gita. You can just find out there. But about Atma. But same concept is there in Bhagavad Gita. Atmanam Rathinam. Atma is the Rathinam, the Swami of Rath. With this Shariram Rathmevatu, this whole chariot is the body. Buddhi to Sarathi, the one driver is Buddhi. Vidhi, Manaha Pragahamevacha. These ropes for tightening the horses, these are the man. And those horses are the Indriya. And the front path are the Vishaya, subject. This is very important. Many times from this part question came. So Jivatma is the Lord of chariot who is sitting inside. This is Jivatma inside. And our whole body is the chariot. Buddhi is the driver, also known as Sarthi, in Shloka. Mana is the two threads to control horses, rein. Okay, in Hindi we can call lagam. Senses are the horses, the subjects, Vishay are the path, the following path. These are the subjects. Okay, so every time if these lagam are slow down or relaxed, then these horses are moving anywhere, here and there. Okay, wherever they find those beautiful grass, they go there. Okay, so if these ropes are relaxed, so these indriyas can move anywhere. Okay, I can write down here also. So these are the
Ma'am, once previous slide, please, once only.
okay.
Just 2 seconds, ma'am.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Now you can do.
This path is objects, no, ma'am?
Path, yes, this path is the subject or objects. Vishay.
Vishnu.
Okay. So generally what is happening, everything is depend on this driver, okay? This buddhi. If buddhi is controlled by Jivatma, whatever is Jivatma is telling, buddhi is following that. Every time if buddhi is controlled or tightening these all ropes, so horses are moving in front, cannot see there and here and there, can follow the path of moksha, because control of mind. And whenever buddhi is relaxed, buddhi is not able to hear, buddhi is not listening about jivatma, and relaxed all the ropes means mind is not in his under his control, then horses are also happy. Horses are also moving there, here and there, anywhere, means our indriyas are not in our control. If our man is not in our control, definitely our senses are not in control. Every time we will move to all the subjects. Every time we will move in this temporary world. Whatever the magical or the lightning thing we see in this Moh Maya, in this whole world, we suddenly we move there. And these all are the obstacles. Obstacles when we relax our mind. When we control our mind, no obstacles is there. Directly we move to the Kaivalya Dham. By regular practice, regular japa, regular dhyana, by controlling our man, by controlling all the horses, all the indriyas, definitely the straight path move to the Kaivalya. Got it? Everyone? Yes? Know the Atma as the Lord of chariot, Jivatma. Okay, this is Jivatma. The body as only the chariot. Know also intelligence, Buddhi as the driver. Know mind, Man as the reins, Lagam, those ropes. Okay? Does anyone who is not understanding this shloka, is there anyone here? Shall we move?
मैम विधि का मतलब क्या है?
विद्धि आत्मानम रथिनम विद्धि. विद्धि मतलब ऐसा मानो, ऐसा समझो,
ओके
ऐसा रिलेट करो. ऐसे क्या बोलते हैं उसको, इज लाइक एज, इसको ऐसा समझो, इसको ऐसा मानो.
ओके
ओके, चलो.
Ma'am, can they
Yes.
ask the meaning of the shloka? Like they give the line and ask in the question, what is this meaning?
In exam, no, in exam they will not ask about the meaning of mantra.
Okay. Ma'am, in the Ishavasya Upanishad also.
Yes.
Okay.
No, definitely they will not ask about the meaning of mantra, they will not ask. Okay, the extract of mantra, definitely they can ask.
Okay.
Okay, like in exam, how can ask question by mantra, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Now complete this shloka. Okay, now you will, in further, you will have to join like Sharir is Rath, and Buddhi is Sarthi, and Mana is Pragaha. Pragaha is like Lagam. Okay, or the two threads of to control horses. Mana is like that. So you will have to match these all the points. Okay. Another question can ask, please match all those things. So in front they can same question ask, like here you can see this question can ask what is make a match of all those things. So in you will have to match Atma, Lord of chariot, body chariot, Buddhi, Sarthi, Man, reins. Okay. Okay. After whole Upanishad, we can also go for the last year question answer. Okay. No issue. Now we can move. Okay. So this is the supreme Parabrahma. Here are they are mentioning high to low. Okay. Like supreme Parabrahma is the superior one. After the it's the sequence. So after him, Atma came, and after Atma, Buddhi is Shresht or great. After Buddhi, Man is okay. We can move from low to high. Like uh, who is the great from the senses? So subjects are the great, and Man are is also the greater Buddhi is also the greater from man. Atma is also the greater from Buddhi. And Supreme Parabrahma is the greatest from Atma. Okay, so this is the sequence. Most important, not most important. This is also necessary. And this is most important 11 doors in body. Direct question can ask in which Upanishad 11 doors in body is mentioned or discussed. So in Kathopanishad. Okay, what are those 11 doors? What are those? Two eyes, two ears, two nose holes, one mouth hole, anals, vaginal opening, and navel, and at last Brahmarandra. Brahmarandra is the at the crown part, crown chakra. There is completed 11 doors in body. Next is this is very important sloka. Everyone will have to go to this reference. Okay, I am telling again, this is very important. Everyone will move to this reference. Uttishtat Jagrat Parapya Varani Bodhata. What is the meaning of this whole shloka? This is the dialogue between Yam and Nachiketa. Yama is telling him that arise, awake, and stop, not until he learns, and not you learn this self knowledge from the learned teachers, from the gurus. This is also the quote of one great man. Can anyone tell me?
Swami Vivekanand.
Very good, very good. One time this question had asked in UGC NET exam. Uttishta Jagrat Parapya Varani Bodhata. This quote is given by Vivekanand, Maharishi Vivekanand. But this quote is related from which ancient text? So this line, this statement is text is taken from this Kathopanishad, first chapter, third Valli, 14th shlok. Get everyone? Very important. Okay. After that, in third Valli, there is also mention to whom Paramatma meets. Paramatma kisko milte hain? Who has controlled all his senses, including the man, who always has pure feeling, is able to know about the Atma Tattva. निष्काम भाव से अपने सेंसेस इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल करते हुए, माइंड को कंट्रोल करते हुए, मन में अच्छे विचार, दिस इज द प्योर फीलिंग, प्योर फीलिंग, कोई बुरा विचार नहीं, ऑलवेज प्योर फीलिंग अबाउट योर पर ब्रह्म तत्व, दैट वन टाइम ही विल आई विल गेट हिम, वन टाइम डेफिनेटली आई विल गेट हिम. Okay, one thing is, if your antakaran is clean, if Brahma always came inside you, whenever you have pure man, pure feeling about everyone, किसी के प्रति बुरा व्यवहार मन में भी आएगा, विचार भी करोगे, then also at that time Ishwar will go further away from you. So every time sadhaka have clear their mind with pure feeling. हर एक प्राणी के लिए प्योर फीलिंग. सेम कंसेप्ट इन फर्स्ट उपनिषद. In every prani see the God, and in God see the every prani. After that you had always create pure feeling, originate pure feeling inside your heart, inside your mind. Got it? So after that you can get Paramatma, Parabrahma Tattva.
Can you please show the sloka?
This sloka? This one sloka?
Yes, ma'am.
In first chapter, in third Valli, the last shlokas are telling about this one. Okay, I had not English PDF, that's why I am not opening. But one time, whenever we learn all the important shlokas, then we will go there. Okay, is there any issue?
No.
Mhm. Now it will be time taken process there. I go there and find out that shloka. Okay, that's why I am not going there. Next is okay. I can do one thing. That shloka I also mentioned there. I will also mention there. Okay, I will correct this slide. Okay, so you will feel more easy to learn. After that, mention nature of Parabrahma, how and what is Parabrahma, how about him, everything. He सूक्ष्म से सूक्ष्म है, माइक्रो टू माइक्रो है, प्रेजेंट एवरी प्लेस, हर जगह व्याप्त है, नो बॉडी, शरीर से रहित है, बट प्रेजेंट इन एवरीवन्स बॉडी, परंतु हर एक शरीर के अंदर विद्यमान है, प्रेजेंट इन एवरी बॉडी. थंब साइज अंगुष्ठ मात्र, what is the size अंगुष्ठ मात्र, and present in heart, and he is the god of past and future. That Parabrahma is knower about the past and future. वह अतीत और भविष्य दोनों का जानकार है. That is the nature of Parabrahma mentioned in third Valli, first chapter. In one or two shlokas, but I mentioned the extract there. Extract here. After that, nature of Om also
Ma'am,
mentioned. What are you saying? Please repeat.
Previous, can you show the previous slide?
Okay, previous slide. Your voice is not clear. Okay. Can we move? You can get all the slides from your drive also. Have you all got the access on drive?
ma'am, actually,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I have access to drive, but while going through class, taking notes is like feeling no, the thing comes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. No problem. You can tell me whenever you want to stay there. Okay?
Of Parabrahma, this is also mentioned in some shloka, like what is like in Bhagavad Gita, the Atman thing is there. So this is
Yes,
also
yes. Yes, the same concept you can also see in Bhagavad Gita. Okay?
and ma'am, this Katha Upanishad, Nachiketa's father was Udyalag, right?
Yes.
Somewhere I read that Vachasrao was the father of Nachiketa.
Yes, very good. You can listen this thing very many time. But I also studied many texts. Don't confuse in this point. I had clear many times this concept to many students. Please do not confuse in this. Vajrasva is the father of Udyalak, and Udyalak is the father of Nachiketa.
Okay.
Is clear this. Okay, many times student ask me, last time also in masters, my university class also, student same question is asking that ma'am, we had also studied that Vajrasva is the father of Nachiketa, but I had also studied, and we must follow this Gita Press Gorakhpur Ishadinopanishad. So whatever is mentioned in this book, we should follow those. Okay, and in this book, Vajrasva is the father of Udyalak. Udyalak is the father of Nachiketa. Got it?
Okay.
Hmm. Just don't confuse. Okay, last time I also got confused that what I had taught to those students, I also confused there. But now I studied 2 or 3 books, and this is the right. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Mhm. So this is nature of Parabrahma. After that, here is nature of Om. Okay, this nature of Om is mentioned in first chapter, second Valli, 16 and 17 shloka. This is very important reference. You will have to check this one once. Om is Om is the Brahma, and that word is Parabrahma. What it means? Om is the Brahma, and this word is Parabrahma. Om, Brahma, Parabrahma. Everything is same. Everything is Parabrahma, Param Tattva. If anyone know this word, he can get any desired thing. जो भी इस word को अच्छे से समझ लेगा, it means not only meaning. Who can go through it deeply, he can get any desired thing. जो ईश्वर को, ओम को अच्छे से, बिल्कुल अच्छे से जान लेगा, he can get any desired thing, whatever his wishes. It is the greatest support. Parabrahma Tattva is the greatest support. And what about nature of Atma? Now in this same concept is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. This every shloka we will cover in one class. All the shloka, there all the shloka also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. I had studied, that's why I'm telling here. I studied many shloka in Kathopanishad about Atma, and that many shlokas are also in Bhagavad Gita, same shloka. Okay, so nature of Atma. It can not birth, not die. ये ना ही तो जन्म लेती है, ना ही मरती है. No cause of anything. ये किसी का कारण नहीं है. Atma is not the cause of anything. This Atma cannot die, also cannot kill anyone. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita, have you remember? Arjun is like crying, oh, I am going to kill my uncle, my mama, my brother. How can it possible? It is not going to happen. I cannot kill them. I cannot fight with them. So then Krishna said, you are Atma. You cannot die. You cannot die, and also you cannot kill anyone. Okay? Same concept. आत्मा अजर अमर है. आत्मा किसी को मार नहीं सकती है. आत्मा ना तो आत्मा को कोई काट सकता है, ना आत्मा को गीला किया जा सकता है, ना आत्मा को जलाया जा सकता है, एंड एवरीथिंग.
ना काटा जा सकता है. नैनम छिंदति शास्त्रम.
Very good, very good. In Bhagavad Gita, we also learn this shloka. Nainam chindanti sasrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledayanti apo, na sosyati
Maruta.
maruta. Very good. Same concept. Okay. After that, this is the third blessing. What happened after death? Some says it is Atma. Some says can transform to another body. Some says no Atma. If anyone die, his existence complete lost. So show me the light. Tell me the truth. What will happen after death? Okay. So he is just confused. Is there any Atma? Is there anything like Atma? So if one is die, it means his complete, it is die. Okay. So he's asking to Yama, because Yama is the Mrityu Devta. So he know about this. Okay. So this whole Atma concept, Atma concept in shloka form also mentioned after this question. After this question, everything is mentioned about Atma. Like Atma, Ajar, Amar hai, ye vagera. Those all shlokas are there. Okay. And after that, now they are moving to second chapter. Okay. Second chapter they are moving and asking this question. So, in second chapter, in okay, just 1 second. So in second chapter, third Valli, first shloka. Now we are direct moving to third valli. Okay, this is very important concept. Very, very important concept. I am telling again. Second chapter, third valli, first shloka. Concept of Sanatan people tree. Sanatan, here you can also write Sanatan. Here I mentioned this. Sanatan people Vriksh. This is the concept of Sanatan people Vriksh. So what is the concept? They are telling this symbolizes that this root, base, root, Jad is symbolizing the Paramatma, the Supreme Being. And all the Pitra are, those are our grandfather, grand to grandfather, grandfather, those had died. Those are our Pitragana. Okay? Those our Pitra or Devta or human being or animals, birds, whatever those living, those are the branches of this people tree. Those all are the branches of this people, Sanatan people Vraksh. So in exam question we'll ask like, in which Upanishad the Sanatan people Vraksh is mentioned? And what do you understand about Sanatan people Vraksh? What is this root and what is the branches? So branches are the Pitra, all Devtas, all human being, all birds, animals, Pasu, Pakshi, Manushya Jati, everything. These are the branches. Because these, we can also under these are the small ansh, small part of the Paramatma. So this is the concept of people, Vriksh. After that, everyone have fear. This is also I had mentioned the definition of all the shlokas, like, and I mentioned the reference of shlokas. Okay, here. Second chapter, third valli, second shloka, third shloka, sixth shloka, seventh shloka. There. Okay, now we are just reading. Okay, everyone have fear and respect to the Parabrahma. That is, once who knew the God, he will not come around this death birth cycle. जो भी मनुष्य हैं, एवरी टाइम दे आर फियर, उनके अंदर भय, फियर होता है और रिस्पेक्ट, दोनों चीज प्रेजेंट है. फियर भी है और रिस्पेक्ट भी है. किसको है? परब्रह्म परमात्मा के लिए उनको फियर भी है और रिस्पेक्ट भी है. इसलिए जो भी उनको जान लेता है, once who knew the God, he will not come around this death birth cycle. If someone get to the know to the God once, again he will not come in this whole death birth cycle. That's why always in this human body you can get the God. Otherwise you will take another janma, another human being. अगर एक बार आपका ये मनुष्य जीवन खत्म हो गया है, तो आपको अगली बार फिर से सभी योनियां पार करके 1000, 1000 and I don't know too much yonias are there. Another you will get human body, then you can get Ishvara. Okay, and it will take too much years. So now you are in a human body. अभी आपको एक शरीर मिला हुआ है, then you can get the Ishwar in this body. There are mentioned importance of this body and importance of getting Parabrahma in this body, in this life. And now, here Agni is heating because of the fear from God. Sun is burning because of the fear from God. Indradev makes it rain. Vayudev makes it fly, everything fly. Mrityudev takes back everything, every being takes back because of the fear of from the God. Okay, this is saying concept like head of our family. Okay, like our father or mother is head, so every time we have some fear, we are working because of fear. Okay, mama is telling go and close the cooker, close the gas. Okay, just go and take and clean the house, clean the floor. Okay, and you just follow all those things, all those orders. Why? Because you have some fear from them. Okay, that's why you are performing your duty rightly. Same concept is here. Everything is working properly because of the fear from the God. Okay. Next is Atma is different from all the Indriyas. You cannot mix Indriya, Man, Buddhi with Atma. These things are the temporary and different from Atma. Atma is part of Parabrahma. Don't combine all those and don't think yourself in these. अपने आप को इनमें शामिल नहीं करना है. Do not combine these. You are the Atma different from this body. Same concept is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. And same concept is mentioned in Yog Darshan also. Your body and your Atma both are different. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And after that, what is that? Third Yog Darshan Sutra. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Tada Drishtu Sarupe Avasthanam. Vritti Sarupyam Itaratra. हम इन सबको देखकर इंद्रिया, मन, बुद्धि, इन सबको देखकर क्या सोचते हैं? यही हम हैं. हम आत्मा में और इसमें डिफरेंस ही नहीं जान पाते हैं, बंध जाते हैं. मिथ्या चीज को ही हम सही समझते हैं. दैट इज नॉट राइट. ओके, यू आर द आत्मा डिफरेंट फ्रॉम दिस बॉडी, different from this indri, different from this man, buddhi. Again, mind is great from all, man is great from all indriya, buddhi is great from man, and jivatma, same concept we had also studied there also. One second. Yes, this sequence we had studied, this same sequence is here. Okay, मन इंद्रियों से सुपीरियर है, बुद्धि मन से सुपीरियर है, और जीवात्मा बुद्धि से सुपीरियर है. और जीवात्मा से भी सुपीरियर क्या है? ह्यूमन बॉडी. रिमेंबर दिस लाइन, इंपॉर्टेंट. हियर जीवात्मा, हियर ह्यूमन बॉडी इज मोर सुपीरियर देन जीवात्मा. हाउ? Because Jivatma is working in this human body. Jivatma is not work without human body. That's why. But this human body is greatest from Jivatma because Jivatma is tied in this body. And this body is also made up by God. That's why. And at last, God is superior from all. Got it? This is it. So this is the sequence. Mind is the great from all indriya. Buddhi is great from man. Jivatma is great from buddhi. And yes, human body is greatest from Jivatma. Greater from Jivatma. Because without human body, Jivatma cannot do his work. जैसे ही कोई मरता है, आत्मा ऐसे निकल जाती है उसके अंदर से. बोथ आर अलग हो जाते हैं दोनों एक दूसरे से. क्यों? बिना बॉडी के जीवात्मा नहीं रह सकती. बॉडी डाई, जीवात्मा अप. So this is the concept, and at last God or Parbrahma is the superior from all those. Okay. After that, this is very, very important Very, very, very important. Both shlokas. Remember, second chapter, third valli, 10th or 11th shloka about definition of yoga. यदा पंचवतिष्ठन्ते ज्ञाननी मनसा सह बुद्धिश्च न विशिष्टते तमहु परम गतिम. So in exam, they will give this shloka and tell. This shloka is defining or definition of yoga, but this shloka is related from which Upanishad? And also, this definition of yoga is related from or coming from which Upanishad? Or Kathopanishad is telling, what is telling Kathopanishad about yoga? They can ask like this. Okay? So, by consistent yoga abhyas, when five sense organs, panchvatistante, panch gyanendri, five sense organs along with mind becomes completely stable, and intellect also becomes stable, buddhi also does not make any effort, that state is called ultimate supreme state of yoga. योग की परम गति, योगा की यहां पर है देखो, परमम गतिम. योग की परम गति क्या होती है? जब सभी सेंसेस, फाइव सेंस ऑर्गन्स जो आपकी है, ज्ञान इंद्रिया मन के साथ एक हो जाती है, बिकम स्टेबल, स्टेबल हो जाती है, स्थित हो जाती है, स्टेबल हो जाती है, और बुद्धि भी स्टेबल हो जाती है. मतलब यहां देखो आप, सेंस ऑर्गन्स, मन, बुद्धि सब स्टेबल हो जाता है, तब क्या होता है? अल्टीमेट सुप्रीम स्टेट ऑफ योगा. दिस इज द अल्टीमेट सुप्रीम स्टेट ऑफ योगा. When sense organ, man, buddhi, all are the stable. In next sloka, also mention the meaning. When concentrated, dharna all the indriyas. Tam yogamiti manyante sthiram indriyam dharanam. जब सभी इंद्रियों को धारण कर लेते हो, जब सभी इंद्रियां, all sense organs are stable, स्थिर, that is known as yoga. When all the indriyas are concentrated, stable, then it is known as yoga. It means there are mentioned the meaning of pratyahara is known as yoga. Am I right? This is the meaning of pratyahar. Sthiram indriyam dharanam. इंद्रियां सभी स्थिर हो जाएं, यही तो है प्रत्याहार. और यहाँ पर क्या बताया है? दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ योगा. When no lethargy, इस पॉइंट पर अप्रमाद, कोई प्रमाद नहीं होता है. नो आलस्य, अप्रमस्तदा, अप्रमतस्तदा, नो प्रमाद, नो लेथार्जी, नो लेजीनेस. भवति योगो ही प्रभव अप्ययो. दिस word is telling many things. Prabhava apyayo. Prabhava apyayo means yoga is like dawn and dusk, rise, arise and set, sunset. योगा इज लाइक उदय और अस्त. उदय भी होता है और अस्त भी होता है. इट इज नॉट स्टेबल. योगा स्टेबल नहीं है. जब तक प्रैक्टिस करोगे तब तक फल मिलेगा, रुक गए तो फल मिलना बंद हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर यूजिंग दिस वर्ड हियर, प्रभवप्ययो, प्रभवप्ययो. दैट्स व्हाई ऑलवेज यू नीड कॉन्फिडेंट योग अभ्यास. दृढ़ योग अभ्यास की जरूरत है एवरी टाइम. योगा उदय और अस्त हो जाता है. उदय और अस्त, ये इसकी पहचान है. Got it? That's why it need always confident yoga abhyas. Got it, everyone? This is the definition of yoga. Okay, shall we move? Okay, sorry, I'm really sorry. I did not see the time. This is 10:17 there. So shall we move? Only one slide is left. Yes, this one slide is left. Okay, so we are just covering this also. After that, they are telling about Nishkam Karma. Nishkam, Nishkam, Nishkam Bhava Karma. So this is mentioned in second Valli, second chapter, third Valli, last Valli, 14th shloka, that everyone should perform selfless karma. Of course, Paramatma is there. जिस भी इंसान को परमात्मा की प्राप्ति चाहिए, उसको हर बार, एवरी टाइम उसे क्या फील करना है? ऑफ कोर्स परब्रह्म इज देयर एंड बाय स्ट्रॉन्ग डिटर्मिनेशन वन कैन गेट हिम. परमात्मा अवश्य है और दृढ़ निश्चय से परमात्मा को पाया जा सकता है. Every time follow this line, this statement, follow this statement. By this understanding, one can get the God. Got it? This is the a way of to reaching to the God. Every time you will follow this mantra. वो सुना है आपने? क्या बोलते हैं? If you want to become top or first position in your class, every time you will feel that you are the supreme, you are the topper. हमेशा अपने आप को समझो कि मैं ही हूं गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट और टॉपर, मैं ही हूं. उसी प्रकार से आप काम करोगे. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन गेट द फर्स्ट पोजीशन. फर्स्ट फील. ओके, गॉट इट? Next is, what is the condition of Jivatma after death? This is one concept. They are mentioned that principal nadi is 101. So question is asked from this. What is the question? 101. 101 प्रधान नाड़ियां किस उपनिषद में बताई गई है? कठोपनिषद में. Okay, and here 100 nadis are the normal. Okay, by 100 nadis, other person move around another yonis according to their karma and vasana through all 100 remaining nadis. ओके, ये जो 100 नाड़ियां हैं, ये हेल्प करती हैं जन्म और मरण में. और एक जो नाड़ी है वन नाड़ी मूव फ्रॉम हार्ट टू ब्रेन. एक नाड़ी हृदय से मूर्धा तक जाती है, जिसको सुषुम्ना कहा जाता है, जो सुषुम्ना के नाम से जानी जाती है. दैट इज नोन एज सुषुम्ना. One who wants to reach at the Param Dhama, Parameshwara, can go by following this Sushumna Nadi. By following this Sushumna,
मतलब normal cycle of birth or rebirth.
yes. अगर हमें परम तत्व की प्राप्ति चाहिए तो हमें इस सुषुम्ना नाड़ी को फॉलो करना है. और हमें इसको नहीं चाहिए, परमेश्वर हमें नहीं चाहिए, तो हम बार बार जन्म मरण साइकिल में ट्रेवल करेंगे, मूव करेंगे. और जन्म मरण साइकिल में ये जो 100 नाड़ियां हैं, दीज विल हेल्प यू. ओके, दिस इज द कंसेप्ट इन कठोपनिषद. After that, okay, so this is the last slide. Okay, so this is the whole concept about Atma, about Ishvara, Parabrahma, Paramatma, about Nishkam Karma, about Sadhak, about definition of yoga, okay, and about Swarg Agni. Swarg Agni is also known as, yes, Surbhi? अंकिता जी?
नचिकेता अग्नि.
वेरी गुड, बहुत सुंदर. स्वर्ग अग्नि, नचिकेता अग्नि, अग्नि विद्या, everything are the same. Okay, and what is about Om? You had also studied nature of Om, nature of Atma, nature of Parabrahma in this text, in this Upanishad. Okay, just go throughout it. I will try to mention like these shlokas here also. Okay, in these nature of Om, nature of Atma, I try to mention shlokas here also. Okay. Tomorrow we will just go through all the important shlokas of Kathopanishad. Got it?
Okay, ma'am.
Anyone have doubt so they can ask. No doubt?